Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to my little farm and my pond, and my name is Joe. And today we're going to talk about my pond. We're going to talk about my experience using Flumigard. Flumigard is the herbicide that I chose to use to remove duckweed and watermeal on my pond surface. I used Flumigard with a surfactant Aligar 90, and I'll put links down below for both of those. Those are Amazon links. If you choose to use them, thank you. And so take you back, I applied this 2 weeks ago, and so I've got a little bit of footage that you can see of what the surface looked like after 2 weeks, and or 2 weeks ago when I started. And you know, wasn't a lot. There was a lot of filamentous algae, which this herbicide takes care of too, and then we didn't see a lot of duckweed, but we saw a lot of watermeal starting to make its way up, starting to get back engaged, pulling out of that dormant stage. So we had not had any rain in quite a while in Michigan. Had a nice sunny stretch. My temperatures had finally rose above that 60-degree mark. They're about 65 degrees. And so I sprayed, it's a quarter-acre pond, about 13 to 14 foot deep in the hole. And I ended up mixing into 2 5-gallon pails, 8 ounces into each pail, and I put 2 ounces of surfactant in each pail. Made sure that they're mixed up very, very thoroughly. A lot of that stuff will mix up. It comes in little pellets, it mixes up, and then it wants to settle. See, I kind of keep mixing it, and then all I have is a 1-gallon sprayer, one of those pump-up jobs, and I sprayed the edges, I sprayed the algae really good, sprayed out as far as I could reach. I didn't want to get the rowboat out, and then I waited. and we are such conditioned that we want instant results. Instant results don't really happen in many things, but we still want them. Use the remote, channel changes, right? You push the button, you have popcorn in 2 minutes. So at any rate, did this on a Sunday morning, and then I'd pull the driveway Monday. Pull in the driveway Tuesday. About the 3rd or 4th day, you start seeing things break up a little bit, and then about 1 week, started to really clear off. There's a nice haze across it. I've got cottonwood trees. I've got soft maples dropping their seeds. Lots of pollen in the air. And so all of that was kind of settled on the top. Finally, at about day 9, day 10, we had a pretty decent rain. And a lot of that stuff dropped then. And so we are at just shy of 2 weeks right now. And I would say that the surface looks really great, and it probably won't show up over here. Sun's kind of weird, but this is my opportunity to record. There's definitely watermeal that has not gone away. Yesterday was a real windy day, and it was piled up against this side, but it was 50 degrees, and I was not going to try working this. With most any herbicide, you want to make sure you have a good, hot, sunny day with as little wind movement as possible, and then you want a few days of dry conditions, and I don't have those right now. I think it's 50 degrees right now, and it is definitely, you can see it's breezy. We're going to get rain again in a couple days, so I'm going to just hold off on that, and I will reapply it again and see if we get a little bit better. Take you back a little history lesson if you're going to stick around this long. But you've probably already seen, I've left some before pictures. This is definitely an after picture. and just to head off some concerns. I had a lot of concerns with putting a herbicide in my pond. I've been strictly organic here. I guess I lost that status, but when I started looking at how many chemicals I put into the little kids' swimming pools, and then I would send my kids in there. I think that I feel pretty good about this compared to that. My kids would get in those pools and they would smell like pool for the rest of the day. They smell like a pond when they get out of this thing still. Going along with that, I have dyed the pool, or I dyed the pond. I use a Twilight Blue by, I believe it's Air Max, and I'll put a link to that as well. And I'm hoping that that will definitely slow down some of the edge growth. I found that the Flumigard didn't kill everything. There was definitely some growth along the edges. There's some grasses that are growing up through the edges. There's some weed that I don't know what it is. But I was able to come along with my scythe and just kind of cut that back and rake it out. Now with that being said, Flumigard definitely is not a silver bullet. I'm still mowing up very close to the edge with my push mower and bagger. I've been cutting the edges back, coming along with my razor, my lily pad cutter, raking, continually working the edges. And that is, anytime you can pull those nutrients out, I think that's good. I've also been applying some muck tablets to the perimeter, trying to reduce that muck, and we will continue to do that monthly, especially along our high traffic eventual beach area. And so yeah, I would love to have said this took care of all of it, but it took care of a lot of it. And so I'm hoping with some of the physical work that we're doing, working the edges, pulling the nutrients out, with the aerator going, and I will post my aerator video, and I'm hoping that in time we won't have to apply that herbicide again. I think that anytime you do one thing, something else is going to react, and I get that. And so I'm wondering what that next thing will be, but that's it. So thanks for joining me. I will probably bring you guys back along in another couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, after I do another smaller application and see if we can't get control of the stuff growing on the surface this year. So I'm Joe. Thanks a lot for your comments, and thanks for joining me this morning. Bye now.